So today's video, I want to talk about the importance of power naps, the power of the power nap. Um, many a times I have told you guys and gals that you should listen to your body. Your body's very intuitive on what it needs. When it's hungry, your stomach growls. When you are stressed, you might get a stress headache. When you eat too fast, you might get heartburn. And when you're tired, you're going to start yawning, you're going to feel fatigued. And that's what I've been feeling. So for the past few years, but especially the past 6 months or so, I've been noticing my energy levels have just been going down. I've been constantly fatigued. That could be for a number of reasons, such as lower testosterone, stress, lack of quality of sleep, which I'm going to get into, not being able to decompress as much, working out maybe too much, overtraining. It could be a combination of all these things, and I'm not discrediting that. But in my case, because I know my body to the T, or I like to think I do, I was getting to the point where I'm going to work, I'm coming home, I'm working out, and I am just fatigued to the gills. And I was wondering, what was going on? Is it the lack of sleep? Is it this? Is it that? Well, I think it's a combination of everything, but one of the main culprits is the lack of sleep. But not only that, but not being able to take these power naps. And if you have the luxury of taking a power nap, I think you should take advantage of it. So give you a quick rundown of my situation. The mistake that I made for the past X amount of years, couple of years especially, and I think it's been catching up to me, is that during my lunchtime, you typically get 1 hour. That's a standard lunch. Now, sometimes if I get lucky, I work at a hospital, I may get a little bit more time. And crazy days, I may get a little bit less time. But in general, you get the law is 1 hour. So during that 1 hour, what I would do often is, if I had errands to run, I would do that. I would eat something really light, and then I would go run errands, go to the bank, fill up my gas. The other thing that I would do is, it's kind of a luxury to be able to come home for lunch. And I would do that because I didn't like staying inside of a hospital. When you go to lunch and you're around other people, especially where I work in a treatment vault in a basement where there's no sunlight or very minimal, and dealing with cancer patients. It's a depressing situation to be in. I mean, I'm used to it. It's part of my job. Nonetheless, whatever job that you have, you can probably relate. You want to just, sometimes you don't feel like socializing. You just want to get out and get some air. So, and a lot of this has to do with COVID too, because we never had an official break room. My other coworkers who were very smart about it, they converted one of the storage rooms, to like an unofficial break room. But nonetheless, it's pretty small, and I just don't feel like socializing during lunchtime. Sometimes I will if there's like an event or something, someone's retiring, but in general, I like quiet time. To make a long story short, it's kind of a catch-22. Like I said, I live pretty close from work, so sometimes for many years, not all the time, I would drive after, as soon as it was lunchtime, I would drive home for work, which would take about 15, maybe 17 minutes, eat really quickly, and then I would drive back, park, and get back to work from lunch, start at 12, get back at 1. Or sometimes I would do that. Sometimes I would eat light and just run errands, and I would just go to the pharmacy, blah, blah, blah. I would do all that. And I didn't think it'd be a big deal, because it was productive. And when you're an adult and you have a lot of responsibilities, you just want to extract as much and take advantage as much time that you have. So I thought it was just not a big deal. And if you do it a few times, it's not a big deal. But as you get older, and because of all the other reasons that I mentioned about getting fatigued, as well as just getting older. And also I've been increasing my workouts to 5 times a week. What happens? I'm getting so worn out to the point where I'm just fatigued. I'll take a pre-workout, I'm still tired. And it got to the point where I said, something's got to give. And so I finally listened to myself. So the past couple weeks, I haven't been doing that. Whenever I have lunch, I'll have my lunch. And then if I have time, I'll go to my car and I'll close my eyes for a good, 20 to 30 minutes. The sweet spot to me is 20 to 30 minutes. But there was one day I had a little bit of a gap, or I finished lunch early, and I jammed to my car and I took like a 40-minute nap out of the 1 hour lunch, ate real quick. And upon waking up from the nap, this is going to be normal. If you made this far in this video, you're going to feel actually more fatigued, because it's kind of like you're going to sleep and someone waking you up and you got to jet back to work. But over time, like an hour later or something, you'll actually feel better. This has improved my workouts, my overall energy, my overall mood, and it's been better. I didn't realize how much of me not relaxing during that 1 hour of lunch and not taking these naps negatively affected me. You get so used to it and you think that this is the new normal. So when some days where I didn't feel as fatigued, it felt foreign to me. It felt foreign to not be fatigued. And that's insane. So like I said, if you made as far in this video, this is the power of the power naps. Now, one thing a caveat I want to mention is, this is like a debate that people have, is even if you close your eyes and you don't go unconscious and you don't, go into a deep sleep and you're still awake, like you're still conscious, but you're closing your eyes, it still makes a difference in my opinion, because you're relaxing your body. One thing I will say, and it's up to you, but I would recommend the temptation of putting some, well, you could put relaxing music, but don't put on podcasts. Don't do it. You don't want to be listening to external stimulus while you're trying to relax. The point of the power nap is to have silence, to relax, to release your thoughts, and to just decompress. I've done that before, where I close my eyes and I put on a podcast in the car on my phone. And yes, it's better than running errands constantly, but I don't feel as refreshed. So I recommend complete silence if possible. If you have, now I understand that some people don't have the luxury to take these naps, depending on your job, if you have 2 jobs, or if you're a trucker or whatever. But if you do have even small amounts, up to 20 minutes, 30 minutes of quiet time, I do recommend it, especially if your energy is going down. So that's my time for this video, and that's it. And let me know your guys and gals thoughts if you can relate to this, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.